Audio check for the Williston State Hockey broadcast.
Audio check, Williston State Hockey broadcast test.
Yep. Williston State Hockey audio test. Audio test 1 2 1 2.
This is an audio test for the Williston State Tetons broadcast. Test 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9 and a 10.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Teton Hockey. I'm Jared Krupp, alongside with me, Angus Lang. Angus?
Hi, Jared. How are you today?
Another exciting one here. Games located in Glasgow, Montana. Not the usual for either teams. There's a little bit of a fundraising event here. Tonight, in between the pipes for the Williston State Tetons, Christian, the Moose Strecker.
Christian getting his well-deserved opportunity here tonight. Team going into the regionals next week. You know, they want to make sure that their main starting goaltenders, Aaron Romano and Sanitary Septon, are well rested going into that. So Moose gets the call tonight. A very active crowd here tonight. It's almost a sellout crowd here tonight, as we have well over 300 people in this building.
Initial face-off taken by Grushka against Bing. He wins it back. Puck gets its way down into the Montana territory. Back into the slot intended for Winkle there. Passes a little too far ahead. Johnson will gather it and shove it right back into the far corner. Montana recuperates behind the net, comes near side, chips out and floats into the neutral zone. Johnson back to retreat. He'll gather it back in the Tetons territory, ring it off the glass. Back into Montana's possession. They'll go far side in the neutral zone and dump it in for a quick change. Puck now behind the net in the Teton zone. Fought for now. Gathered by Montana. Wraparound attempt goes wide. Picked up by Zagurskis now. Behind the net. He'll come near side. Dalton Johnson crosses over center ice. Floats it into the far corner, and they'll go for a change as well with 19:09 remaining in the first. Montana gathers, rings it up, and it's contested on the half wall. Picked up by Luca. Luca fires one. Goaltender makes the routine save. Puck floats out into the netting, and a whistle with 19 minutes even remaining in the first. Had a little mental lapse there on Zanarsik's last name. So with that, Mezek, Zanarsik, and Lincoln up front with Welticall and Kuhn back to defend. Puck drop stalled at the dot, gets kicked back. Montana tries clearing it out, gets it back behind the net, and they go to the far side half wall. Chip down the neutral zone. Lincoln retreats and slides it over to Welticall. He'll grab it and walk through the neutral zone, chipped off the boards and shoved into the Montana territory. Intercepted by Lincoln, shot on net, gets redirected, comes over to the near corner. Montana will try to chip out. It's kept in by Mezek. Montana now in their own corner. Tries to get it out through the half wall. Chipped up, kept in by Welticall. He'll float it back in on net as it sails behind. Lincoln now looks, fires it to Mezek. He can't quite hold on to it. Puck still loose, finds its way into the far corner. Mezek fires it on net, misses, and comes into the near side where Welticall gathers. He'll take it down to the near corner. Montana tries to chip out. Kuhn's there to keep it in. They'll shove it back. Puck back up to Welticall. He shoves it back in, but Montana regathers it and starts their charge. Montana drives in, shot, redirects off the stick of someone and goes into that far corner. Montana now fires one again, misses wide. Kuhn's there to contest it on the near half wall. 17:52 left. Puck got kicked back down behind the net. Welticall now start the breakout, hitting Hilly on the far half wall. He'll pop it into the neutral zone where Forrest gathers it and fires one on net. It's redirected off a shin guard and comes over to the near side. Montana now gets it out. It's fired right back in by Chris Hilly, and a nice big hit there by Forrest. Looks like he might have took a stick a little high. He's grabbing his collarbone. Moose steps out, fires it up. Montana touches and a delayed penalty. 2 minutes for high sticking. That stick must have caught Tyler Forrest up pretty high, and that's why he was grabbing the collarbone. So number 14 for Montana will serve 2 minutes for high sticking. And it's Stelmach for Montana.
No team with any real opportunities here so far in the first, just under 3 minutes of the first period. Both teams still trying to find a feel for each other, not giving anything too early.
Tetons going the power play. They'll bring out the unit of Mezek, Winkle, and Zagurskis up front with Garrett and Dalton Johnson back to defend. Puck drop to the right of the Montana goaltender with 17:23. Puck drop won by Winkle. Mezek up to Johnson, over to Garrett. Garrett looks, fires on net, misses wide, picked up by Mezek, cycles back down to Winkle. It's now picked up by Montana as they charge into the neutral zone. Winkle back checks, pickpockets the puck away, and now charges back through. Winkle now, top of the circle on the near side, holds on to it. He sets up, passes far side to Garrett. Garrett looks, shot, redirects over to the far corner. Mezek now contested in the corner, trying to fight off defender. He'll kick it over to Zagurskis behind the net, and pass in front intended for Winkle, misses. Garrett gathers it at the point and fires it down to Winkle again. Winkle now makes some moves on the far wall, floats it into the middle, redirects off a skate. Montana gathers it and sends it the length of the ice. 1:18 left in the power play, 16:39 remaining in the first period. Strecker steps out. Montana intercepts at the near half wall. They'll shove it back down further. Dalton Johnson now behind the net, stalls it up and waits for the forecheck to develop. Grushka now into the neutral zone. With speed, carries it over into Montana territory. Looks, drives on net, makes a shot. Saved by the Montana goaltender as he didn't have much time to react with Grushka shooting so close.
Good save by Montana Tech goaltender there. As Grushka was in with a nice move. Tried to elevate, just didn't get quite enough on it to get up into the top part of the net. But Montana State goaltender was ready for it.
That'll bring out Hilly, Grushka, and Lincoln up front with Sorenkin and Forrest back to the Fen. Montana wins the draw, has it in their own corner, tries to clear it out. Forrest chips it back in. Grushka now has it. Grushka drives in, pass a little behind Sorenkin, and he recovers, slides it over to Forrest. Nice pass there to Grushka. Grushka now loses defender, walks it over to the high slot, passes to Forrest. Forrest fires and hits a player in the chest, loosed in front. No one can gather it. It's chipped now behind the net where Lincoln gathers it. Feeds it over to Grushka, pickpocketed away, and Forrest keeps his own. He looks, pump fakes, pass near side to Sorenkin, fires one, saved, and the goaltender swallows it up for another whistle with 15:46 remaining in the first and 24 seconds remaining in the power play for the Tetons.
A little bit of an awkward bounce there off the goaltender's stick. He seemed to stick it to the blocker's side and it ended up in his glove. I'm not too sure if Captain Chris Hilly got a tip on it, would send it into the glove, or whether just took an awkward bounce there.
No changes for the Tetons. Grushka steps in for battle. Puck drop one back by Montana. They go to clear, and they do so as Sorenkin couldn't quite get the bouncing puck. Strecker out the play. Pump fakes, holds on to it. Forrest loses an edge behind there, but regathers, picks up the puck now. Forrest into the neutral zone, passes it over to Grushka, a little far ahead. He'll be able to chase it down. Montana gathers it, quick chips out, kept in by Forrest again. Now Forrest drives net. He'll make a move over to the far side. Both teams full strength. Forrest still has it on top of the circle on the far side. Montana swipes it away, and now they have an opportunity that's immediately disrupted with the far pass. Johnson lays a nice hit behind the net. They're battling for it. Montana gathers, tries feeding it to the slot. They get it there. Fires one, saved by Strecker. Loose over on the backside. Tyler Forrest holds him back from shooting. Fans looking for a call. Nothing delayed as it's fought for in the near corner. Montana at the point, fires one off the shin pad of Grushka. He'll chip it, and Lincoln now picks it up with an opportunity. Lincoln drives in, fires, misses just a bit wide. Olkin can't keep the zone, and Montana now has it. Olkin lays a nice hit, pickpocketed up by Landsberg. Landsberg now feeds it back to Johnson. Johnson far side over to Garrett. Garrett wires one, shot, misses a bit wide. And now it's fought for the near half wall, where Coleman will battle it out. Puck sails up into the netting, and a whistle with 14:25.
A little bit of a close call for the Tetons there. The Moose Christian Strecker thought he had it covered, but it just trickled through his glove, it seemed, and lay there in the paint a little bit. As I believe it was Tyler Forrest who cleared it away from the crease.
And good efforts by Tyler Forrest to get his body on that player and lift his stick up so he couldn't get that shot off. Landsberg will step in from the draw to the left of the Montana goaltender. Puck drop one by Landsberg. Olkin shoots it, hits Landsberg. He's slow to get up. He goes and he's pushing off somebody. He might have took a stick there. He's not quite happy about it. Now Montana drives in over to the neutral zone. Fulstad poke checks. They regather. They'll fire it on net. Misses high and wide. Olkin picks it up, lays a stick on it. And a no icing as Olkin touched it. But that was quite some time before the red line. Intercepted by Zanarsik, and a nice move there to lose a defender. He'll chip up. Montana blocks the pass. Fulstad shoves it right back in, and he'll chase it down. Montana chips off the boards. Bouncing puck. Mezek can't keep it in. Now it gets all the way back down to Teton territory. Kraft intended pass too far. Contested now on the far half wall. Mezek now feeding Kraft. He can't hold on to it. Montana recuperates. And it's ping-ponged in the neutral zone. Kraft gets a handle. Floats it in front. Mezek now makes a backhand shot. Misses just a bit high and wide. But Zanarsik's there to keep the zone. Mezek now makes another move in the corner. Gets it to Kraft. Kraft behind the net. Looks. Fires it on net. Hits a skate and redirects now on near side. Kuhn lays a hit, keeps his own. Kraft fires it and redirects out into the netting for another whistle with 13:15 remaining in the first period.
Freshman Matt Mezek showing that he's been a key offensive player in the last couple of games for the Tetons, having some big goals against Minot State in the last game. And again, showing a nice little move and a nice pass from Kraft, too, finding him late in that slot.
Seems the second half of the season has been very promising for Matt Mezek's career. He's definitely showed up very big, especially in that Minot game. Grushka wins the draw back to Winkle, back to Welticall, fired on net, saved by the Montana goaltender. Montana gathers it now into the neutral zone. They chip off the board and give it some chase as it finds its way into the far corner where they regather it. Pass now behind the net, disrupted by Kuhn. He fights off a defender and gets the puck up to Winkle on the near half wall. He looks, floats it up, and gets bumped down, but Zagurskis handles it. Goes, feeds Winkle. Winkle now fires one. Goal! Matt Winkle gets it low glove, making it 1-0 here in Glasgow with 12:49 remaining in the first.
Great play by that Teton line of Winkle, Zagurskis, and Grushka. Got a nice goal from Lincoln there. He caught the Montana goaltender cheating a little bit towards that blocker side and left that glove side open.
With Winkle's goal, that'll now bring out Hepburn, Forrest, and Hilly up front. Welticall and Kuhn will remain out there for D. Forrest now steps in for the draw. Stalled over, kicked back, picked up now by Hepburn in the neutral zone. He's bumped off and it finds its way to the tape of Welticall. We'll go far side to Kuhn. Kuhn intended for Hilly, disrupted. Montana will shove it right into the Tetons territory. Welticall goes off the boards, gets poke checked back down in the near corner. Kuhn now battling for it on the near side. Hepburn sails it up and it somehow stays in. Montana goaltender steps out to play it. He'll chip it off the boards for a winger to gather in the neutral zone. He'll go far side, no one there to receive it. Welticall back checks, slides it over to Kuhn. A little bit behind, he loses it and rings it around the boards back to Welticall. Welticall hits Hepburn now in the neutral zone, tries to get the pass off, gets poke checked off. Picked up by Kuhn, he'll bank off the boards, intercepted again by Montana, sorry. Now Hepburn regathers. Montana gains control again. Now it's picked up by Welticall and back to Montana and back to Welticall. He'll retreat back into his own zone, fired for Forrest. He gathers onto it, poke checked away. Montana tries clearing it, loose in front. Hepburn looks, fires in a block attempt, or a great diving effort by 93 for Montana to block that shot. Montana now with a two-on-one rush. Back checkers disrupt that. Pass hits Hepburn in the back of the leg and trickles into the glove of Christian the Moose Strecker with 11:28 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, the Moose had to be strong on that one. As a little bit of a bogging puck there seemed to get caught up in the legs of Jake Hepburn. He had to be alert to manage to keep a hold of that one.
Landsberg now steps in for the draw to the left of Moose. One back by Montana, gets to the point, shot off the stick of Landsberg and regathered where a shot saved by Christian. Pass in the slot, picked up by Montana, they lose it. Now it's picked up by Landsberg, picked right back up by Montana and shoved back into the Tetons territory with 11:11 remaining in the period. Johnson rings it around far side. Oaken gathers it, chips off the boards, slowly makes its way into the Montana territory. Icing waved off. Landsberg lays a hit and then takes a little bit of a push down. Oaken lays that hit back to him. Johnson keeps the zone. Landsberg takes one into the corner and makes a nice hit there. Montana now with a 2-on-1 opportunity. They drive net, pass back door, shot saved by Strucker, and it trickles now behind the net. Montana tries to regather, but it's disrupted and finds its way to the far half wall where Landsberg will get it. And now it's intercepted by Montana. They come back in, 1-on-0 opportunity, back-checking efforts by Garrett, disrupts that, and a big hit by Landsberg takes that puck away. It's loose on the far side where Oaken will gather it and sail it down, which will come back for an icing with 10:26 remaining in the first period. Teton still up by 1.
Well, nice saves from Christian Strecker there, managing to get the pad across on that backdoor attempt by Montana Tech, bailing his team out there, keeping this at a 1-goal game.
Landsberg stepping away from the norm, making a lot more physical plays tonight. It's got a little aggression built up into him.
Tetons are now starting to look into how they're going to play at regionals, and John Bokus needs those type of players that are going to be hard to play against rather than what they usually play like.
Montana takes a shot, didn't get a hold of it. They regather top of the circle. Shot blocked by Landsberg, gets its way up to Oaken now. Oaken into the neutral zone. He'll take it and fire it down low. Tetons will go for a change. Lincoln chases it down. He'll plug it up behind the boards and walk away with it. He'll feed it to the slot, almost picked up by Zanarsik, which would have made a pretty good opportunity for him. Sarenka now in the near side, fires it around, picked up by Montana. They fire it back down into the zone. Fought from the corner, Montana diving player caught a piece of it, trickles over to the near side and kicked right back down into the near corner. Fought for on the half wall. Lincoln tries to get it out, finds its way over to Mezek. Mezek into the neutral zone with speed, makes a move, crosses over, finds Lincoln on near side shot, misses wide. Sorenkin gets in, fires one, redirects behind the net where Montana will gather. Montana tries to float it out, blocked effort by Folstad, keeps the zone and sends it right back in. Montana tries to clear it out again, and they do so. 2-on-2 opportunity. Montana charges in. Shot on net, saved by Strecker. And Welticol now chips off the boards. Winkle backhand pass intercepted by Montana. They drive net, shot, misses wide. And finds its way up to the far point where Montana keeps the zone with 8:58 remaining in the period. Kuhn with it in the far half wall, tries to clear it out, does so, takes a couple of hits, loose right outside the zone, and gathered by Zanarsik, and then pickpocketed away by Montana. They drive in, stalled up, loses the puck, regathers, shot, misses wide. Montana's defender steps in to keep the zone. Kuhn gathers it, floats it up into the neutral zone. Winkle will pick it up and feed it to Grushka. Grushka now with speed, looking, driving on net, can't quite hold on to it, wraps around, carries it over the far half wall. They'll float it, try finding Dalton Johnson. It's pickpocketed away, and Montana now skates it in with a 2-on-2. Fired on net, and it finds its way in. Snuck under the stick of Christian Strecker. Went a little 5-hole. I think he just misread that one, or maybe sat on his stick a little wrong. Regardless, we're 1-1 here in Glasgow with 8:20 remaining in the first period.
Was a little bit of a change up there against Strecker. It seemed like the player was going for a really hard shot, and then not sure if he muffled on the puck a little bit or decided to see that Moose was reacting in such a way that he put the puck in a different way, but nevertheless, as you said, Jared, we're at 1 apiece.
Strecker a little frustrated there. He'll shake that off. He's usually a really resilient player. Look forward to him making the big ones later in the game. With that, Hilly, Hepburn, and Forrest up front. Sorenkin and Folstad back to defend. Forrest will step in for the draw and win it back. Folstad goes far side to Sorenkin. Sorenkin now tries to feed it up, intercepted by Montana. And it's just ping-ponged back in the neutral zone. Sorenkin up to Hilly, disrupted by Montana. They gather it and sail it in behind the net. 8:05 remaining in the period. Folstad has it in the near corner, gets it up to Hepburn. He tries chipping it out. Forrest now gathers it, and he takes a hit. Hepburn's there to support and pick it up. He'll make a move, drive in, get bumped off the puck, stays on it, but it finds its way back into the neutral zone. Sorenkin will come near side to Folstad. He'll sail it down deep into the Montana territory. Montana behind the net starts charging out past the near side wing, a little bit behind, bounces out. Strecker steps out to play it. He'll send it over to the near side where it's fought for on the high half wall. Still fought for. Can't see too well down there, folks. I'm trying to see as much as I can. Puck finds its way all the way back to Montana's territory. And an icing whistle there will bring it back into Teton territory. I was fairly confident that Montana touched before. Regardless, that puck drop will come back to the Teton zone to the right of Strucker. Teton's line of Coleman, Landsberg, and Oken up front with Welticol and Sorenkin back to defend. Landsberg steps in against Atkinson, wins it back. Sorenkin gathers it, rings it around the boards. Oken stalls up, tries to get a piece of it, takes a hit, but gets it up to Landsberg, who feeds it now to Coleman. Coleman takes a hit, but gets it over to Landsberg. He gathers it, holds it in the neutral zone, and chips it near side to Welticol. Welticol with speed, carries it into the corner, makes a good move there, wraps around the net, feeds it to the point. Kuhn gathers it, shot, and it redirects in front, still loose. Montana gets a piece of it and chips it out of the zone as they go for a change with 6:53 remaining. Welticol's pass intended for Coleman. He gets a piece of it. It finds its way in the zone. Oken now with it. And an offsides whistle brings it right back outside of the Montana territory. 6:46 left in the first. That'll bring out Mezek, Kraft, and Lincoln up front with Kuhn and Welticol back to defend just outside the Montana territory. Mezek steps in for the draw, sends it into the Montana territory. They go D to D, come back up to the middle, chipped by Lincoln, picked up now by Mezek. And another offsides called. tad bit questionable.
Kraft was just a little bit behind the play. Wasn't too sure where the puck was. Thought it was in the zone, and then Mezek didn't realize that Kraft was still in the zone.
I did not even see Kraft. That would be why I missed it. Mezek with some impressive moves and another offsides. So the faceoff will remain in the same spot as it was for the last three, with 6:34 remaining in the first. Mezek steps in against Bing, kicks it over near side to Lincoln. He'll chip it off the glass, and it finds its way behind the net. Montana covers. Intercepted now by Mezek. Fed to the slot to Kraft. He'll feed it over to Lincoln, and he can't quite reach it. Montana now gets it over to the far side in the neutral zone. Pass back, intercepted by Mezek. Mezek now drives net, makes a move. Shot saved, loose in front, and the Montana goaltender quickly gathers it for a whistle with 6:13 left in the first. Teton's doing a fair job of keeping it down in the Montana territory. Montana not recording many shots tonight, getting one goal off the misdirection, call it. Now bring out Hilly, Forrest, and Hepburn up front with Johnson and Garrett back to defend. Hilly over to Hepburn. Garrett shot saved, loose behind the net, finds its way to the far corner. Forrest gathers it, tries getting it up. He's plugged up on the boards, finds it up to Garrett. Garrett near side to Johnson. Johnson looks, fires, blocked by Montana, and they gather it. Johnson back to defend. Applying good effort, or making a good effort there to disrupt anything from happening. Shot misses behind the net, hits the netting. Montana regathers. They backhand in front, no one there to receive it, and Montana keeps the zone on the near half wall. He'll walk behind the net, look for somebody open, hold on to it, stall it up, fired on net, misses wide, comes to the near side. Hepburn now grabs a piece of it. Hepburn chips up to Forrest. Forrest takes a hit there, still loose into this near side. Still battle for. Hepburn lays a nice hit. It'll take a little bit of a late hit from behind there. No delayed call. Hilly now has it. It's pickpocketed away by Montana, and they'll send it right back in as there's a whistle.
I believe it just went off one of the Teton players that were about to come on the ice. So it would have went out of play if player wasn't there.
So that puck drop would be right outside of Teton territory. Montana picking up their physical gameplay here. Teton's going to match that effort.
Montana are definitely up in their game. Tetons have to be ready for it after such great performances against teams such as Minot and Jamestown in Division 1. Tetons have to find a way to get back into the swing of things.
Off the draw, Grushka throws him right down. Zagurskis now has it. He walks in, shot, redirects off a shin pad, comes to the near side. Montana gathers. Pass blocked off by Zagurskis. Grushka now feeds it up to Folstad. Folstad looks, shot, misses wide, and redirects into the far half wall. Winkle gathers. He makes a move, goes behind the net, circles back, fires it up the point to Sorenkin, back down to Grushka. Grushka looking in the far corner, takes it now behind the net. He'll take a hit, bump him off, still hold on to the puck, looking for somebody, no one there. Takes another hit, plugs it up on this high half wall on the near side, and cycles it down low, where Montana will gather it in the far wall. They'll come near side, floats it into the neutral zone. Weltekal picks it up, and he loses it. Montana gets it and sails it into the Tetons territory. 4:23 remaining in the period. Sorenkin's pass intercepted. Zone held by Montana. Picked back up by Sorenkin behind the net. He'll make a move, feed it up to Weltekal. Weltekal in the neutral zone, goes far side to Mezek. Mezek with it, can't quite grab the bouncing puck. It's loose in the neutral zone. Weltekal back checking, makes a nice hit there as it trickles back into the Tetons territory. Lincoln gathers. Lincoln chips off the boards. Mezek fires it back over to Lincoln. Lincoln with speed, walks in, looks on the near side, spins off, holds it into the near corner, and leaves it for Mezek to pick it up as he'll chip off the boards, feed it on net, saved by Montana. They have it now behind the net and chips it around the boards. Montana makes a move at the top of the circle and floats it into the Tetons territory. Johnson swats it down. Montana regathers and fires it on net, blocked by Kuhn, and the redirection finds its way to Strecker's glove.
3:29 left here in the first period, folks, as John Bolkers will send out the line of Ocon, Landsberg, and Coleman, along with Dalton Johnson and Kenny Garrett in defense.
Not the same Teton team that played against Minot just a few days earlier. They're struggling a little bit here at the back half of the first.
Yeah, it's tough, you know, when you're playing, when you go into playing one of the top teams in Division 1. And then go and play one of the lesser teams in Division 2. It is a tough one for the Tetons to be able to adapt to the style of hockey.
Shot saved by Strecker, picked up now behind the net by Coleman. He'll carry it, get bumped off the puck, finds its way back to Dalton Johnson. He'll carry it himself in the neutral zone, charges into Montana territory. Tries to make a move, poke check, picked up by Oaken, shot, misses wide. And Montana gathers in the far half wall with the breakout pass into the middle of the neutral zone. Montana drives in, takes a nice hit there by Sarenkin, and the puck goes into the corner. Oaken labels him in the corner now. It comes over to the near side where Sarenkin picks it up. He'll chip it into the neutral zone. Landsberg's there to gather it. He'll take a couple sticks and float it into the zone. Sarenkin shot on net, saved, loose in front. Coleman there to pick it up and carry it into the corner. As he's plugged up there, a little support from Captain Chris Hilly. Trying to gather it. Coleman moving it further down. Montana kicks it over to the near side and regathers in the corner. Chris Hilly lays a nice hit in the corner. Fed to Forrest. A diving, or a rather falling attempt shot. Almost gets past the goaltender as he makes a good save. Picked up now by Forrest. He gets it high slot. Fires one, misses wide. Picked up by Montana. They'll chip it up to the top of the circle. Montana floats it into the neutral zone. Fulstad retreats to gather it with 2 minutes remaining in the first. Fires it near side to Welticall. Welticall up to Hepburn. Hepburn tries clearing it out, makes a nice move there, takes it into the neutral zone, loses another one, loses another. He'll carry it into the far corner, and now behind the net. Hepburn has it, circles back up top, floats it over to Kuhn. Kuhn gathers it, fires it, floats behind the net, or Montana will gather on the near corner. Chris Hilly chips it right back down to Forrest. Forrest back to Hilly. Hilly cycles it up to Welticall. Welticall walks, fires, misses wide, picked up now by Kuhn. Kuhn has in the far corner. He looks to the slot, tries to feed it in there, disrupted, and it gets kicked out to the top of the circle. Montana will chip it out, and that will be regathered by Welticall. Welticall near side to Winkle. He'll make a move, but get bumped off the puck. Montana fires it back in the neutral zone, smacked down by Grushka, sorry. Montana now charges in. Holds on top of the circle, fires, misses the net wide as it comes to the near side with 1 minute remaining in the first period. Montana comes near side, pass out in the neutral zone, can't be handled. Kenny Garrett there to send it near side to Grushka. Now a quick backhand pass to Zagurskas. Zagurskas back to Grushka. Grushka looks in the slot, shot misses wide, kept in by Garrett. He'll send it right back into the corner, finds its way to the tape of Winkle behind the net. He spins off, feeds it to the slot, no one there to receive it. Montana sails it out back into the neutral zone. They hold on to it, make a pass a little too far ahead, but regathered. Montana wraps around, tries feeding the slot, finds its way behind the net. Montana fires one, blocked by Grushka. Garrett now loses the defender, slides it over near side to Dalton Johnson. He goes for the pass up to Grushka. He'll handle it through the neutral zone. He'll make a nice move there, gather it into the Montana territory. Another nice move into the corner, holds on to it. Tries getting the pass off. It's disrupted. Sarenkin pinches, holds the zone. Montana regathers and starts their charge into the Tetons territory. Shot saved by Strecker, and that'll complete the first period of action. We're tied 1-1 here in Glasgow. We're going to take a short intermission break here, folks, and join you back here for the second period of action. Fans, we're back underway in the second period. Montana wins the draw back, gets into neutral zone, sends it now behind the net into Teton territory as it's fought for in the near corner. Garrett gets it kicked up, pass in front of the net, loose, picked back up by Garrett. He'll take it now behind the net, fired far side to Grushka. Grushka makes some moves in his own zone, chips it out. Montana tries to gather it, does so, and sends it right back in as it finds its way back to the tape of Garrett. Loose in front, Zagurskas now slides over to Winkle into neutral zone. He charges into the Montana territory, tries to fire it on net, catches a shin pad and goes behind now, where Zagurskas picks it up and fires it right back down to Winkle into the slot. Shot and a goal. Ryan Grushka takes the pass from Winkle and buries it high on the Montana goaltender. Tetons restore their 1-goal lead. Good reads by them. A great play by Zagurskas to chip back over to Winkle, and then Winkle finding Grushka right there in the slot to put it high.
I do apologize, folks. I did miss that goal as I was trying to maneuver down some scaffolding, so.
The media booth here is not the greatest. Forrest steps in for the draw, gets kicked back, finds its way to Forrest. He'll send it in, hit the official. It's picked up by Hepburn and immediately blown dead. I'm not sure what for.
Again,
I believe it might have got out of play.
Yeah, I think it just hit one of the players' gloves that were hanging over the edge of the bench.
So the puck drop just outside the Montana territory with 19:08 left in the second. Montana wins it back. The defender holds it in front of the net, fires it near side in the neutral zone. Can't get a handle on it and trickles all the way down. And it'll come back into the Montana territory for an icing. Shots 7-12 in favor of the Tetons. And they look like they're on fire coming out of the gate so far this period. Haven't had too many shots, but the ones they've had have been good. Puck drop, kick back to Forrest at the point. He'll cycle it down. It gets poked off his stick. Fought for it right at the blue line. Kuhn tries keeping his own. It gets chipped over his head. Welticall retreats back in the near half wall and picks it up. Carries it now behind the net. Starts up, hits it over near side to Kuhn. Kuhn up to Hilly. Hilly charges into the Montana territory. The Montana goaltender makes a quick save and holds on to it for a whistle with 18:35 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, Teton seems to be coming out with a little bit more urgency, a little bit more directiveness. And that's the team that they are. They like to get pucks towards the net, trap in front of the net, and get those gritty goals.
Well, that'll bring out Zanarsik, Mezek, and Lincoln up front. Welticall and Kuhn will remain out there for D. Puck drop to the right of Montana. Puck stalled at the dot. No one quite gets a handle. Montana goaltender sends it behind the net. Pass into the slot. No one there. Kuhn fires it far side to Welticall. Shot blocked. Finds its way now into the near side. Back into Teton territory. Kuhn gets poke checked off the puck. Tries to regather and does so behind the net. Feeds it far side to Lincoln. Lincoln near side to Zanarsik. He'll chip it in. And the puck finds its way to the Montana goalie as he'll hold on for another whistle with 18:11 left in the second. Tetons leading by 1. That puts out the line of Forrest, Hilly, and Kraft up front. A little bit of a change there with Sorenkin and Folstead back to defend. Forrest will step in for the draw to the left of the Montana goaltender. Puck stalled. Picked up by Montana. Kraft bumps him off the puck. Still fought for in the far half wall. Montana walks out. Swiped away by Forrest. Feeds slot. No one there. Finds its way back into the neutral zone. Sorenkin regathers and sends it over to Kraft, who gets it right to Forrest and backhands it over to Hilly. He gets a piece of it with his skate. Carries it in. Slides it to the slot. No one home. Montana tries to get it. Folstead steps in to take it. He'll backhand shot on net. Rebound in front. Saved again. And Kraft almost puts it away, but a great effort there by the Montana goaltender to get his leg out and block that shot.
Big save by Montana goaltender, keeping this at a 1-goal game. Matt Folstead looking for a cheeky little backhand there too.
Tetons will make a change. Lansford, Coleman, and Oaken up front with Garrett and check 1-2.
I think we're back up and running. I think it was the power source because we seen the guy from the score box come over to the same outlet that our stuff is plugged into. We gave it a little bit of a wiggle and it went back online, so we're good.
We might be having some intermittent power losses here and there, just so fans are aware, due to this power issue. But the puck drop, one back by Montana, picked up now behind the net by Landsverk. Landsverk cycles it back down low. Montana gathers it, sends it behind the net, picks it back up, and chips it to the far half wall, where they'll try to chip out. It finds the back skate of Landsverk, and they'll sail it into the neutral zone. Montana now has it. They try to make a move. Garrett denies that, chips it over to Oken. Oken lays a hit. Garrett plugs him up into the near half wall and tries to get it back up to Oken and does so. A quick move there by Landsverk. He'll take it, and it's intercepted again, and then picked back up by Landsverk, who slides over to Coleman. Coleman looks on net, shot saved, kicks back behind the net now. Landsverk has it, trying to fight off a few defenders. It's taken away by Montana. They'll sail it back into the neutral zone, where Dalton Johnson gathers it and comes near side to Garrett. Garrett looks in, shot on net, redirects off a stick and goes into the far corner. Grushka now fighting off a defender. He'll slide it behind the net to Coleman. He'll feed it to the slot, almost catches Winkle there. But Garrett retreats to gather it with 16:39 remaining in the period. Dalton Johnson charges in, looks, feeds it to the slot. Zagurskis makes a quick shot, but saved by the goaltender. And Montana starts carrying it out into the neutral zone. Zagurskis back-checking effort, pickpockets away where Johnson can sail it back in on the goaltender. Montana gets it right back out, picked up by Weltekal, chipped back down, and loose into the neutral zone. Zagurskis feeds it over to Winkle. Winkle fires it into the slot. No one there. Loose in front. No one can gather it. Winkle gathers it now and sends it behind the net. The Grushka to Zagurskis. Zagurskis in front. Backhand bar down, and we're 3-1 with 16:03 left in the second. A great move by Zagurskis to find that top post.
Yeah, the Zagurskis line of Grushka and Winkle taking off some great energy created by the Terrell Cullen, Peyton Olcon, and Will Landsberg lines. They created a lot of energy in that last shift, which then brought in the momentum for Zagurskis to get that opportunity.
Zagurskis, Grushka, and I kind of spaced out there for a second. Winkle finding a rhythm together. So they had tried that line a couple times earlier in the season, not much success, but they're really starting to click now as we near the end of the season. Montana has it. They try feed it to the slot, loses an edge, goes into the net. Strecker just steps out of the way and lets him take the impact. So play blow dead due to net off the moorings, and I'll come over to the left side of Strecker with 15:50 remaining in the second. Teton's missing one of their regulars, Andy Williams. He's out with a high ankle injury, low leg injury. He is severely missed. A very great athlete, and he's done a lot for this team, and just all around a good person.
Yeah, he's definitely recovering well as he's going to get back out on the ice, hopefully this time next
Zanarsik
week.
now, sorry to interrupt, has it with a breakaway opportunity, gets tripped up and slid into the goaltender. I don't think he had the strides for a penalty shot, so that'll just go 2 minutes for a hooking, rather.
It's always a call that's really confused me. If a player is clear, he's not clear on through, but if he's beat his man and getting away, then I think it should be a penalty shot if the defenseman takes a stick from behind and disrupts his play. I think that should be a penalty shot. But I'm not a referee. So.
I usually see it called when you have a couple strides ahead of the person and it's only a stick that can reach. He still had a little bit of his arm's length to grab onto him. Probably one of the smarter penalties to disrupt Zanarsik from getting that breakaway. So the Tetons go on a power play for a second time tonight. Johnson feeds it to Garrett. Garrett dishes it down low to Winkle. Winkle top of the circle, back to Johnson. Johnson up top, back to Winkle, top of the circle, looks, makes a move, feeds it far side. Garrett can't quite receive it, so he'll retreat and gather in the neutral zone. Johnson right back up to Zagurskis, up to Mezek. Mezek with a quick move, feeds it over to Winkle. Winkle holds onto it, brings it to the near side half wall, back up to Johnson. Johnson holds, Garrett fires, redirects off a skate, trickles over to the near side. Winkle gathers and sends it back over to Garrett. Garrett shot, blocked, picked up by Zagurskis, back up to Garrett. Garrett back to Zagurskis. Zagurskis look, back up to Garrett. Garrett wires one shot, bar down goal. Kenny Garrett finding that top post and putting it away. We're 4-1 now left in the with 14:51 left in the second.
If I'm not mistaken, Jared, I believe that will be Kenny Garrett's first goal as a Teton. I believe.
What a first goal if that. Absolutely wires one from the point and goes bar down. That's a memorable one.
Good patience there from Tetons in the power play as well, making sure that they have that open shot lane. Not forcing any plays towards the middle as they just outworked and outplayed the Montana penalty kill.
Grushka, Winkle, Zagurskis up front. Folstead, Sorenkin back to defend. Montana wins the draw, has it, and chips it into the zone. Sorenkin goes far side to Folstead. He's disrupted. Montana with opportunity. Shot saved by Strecker, and he'll hold on to it for a whistle. Good play there by Strecker. Good moves to respond to that shot. I'll make a change. Forrest, Hepburn, and Hilly up front, replacing Zagurskis, Grushka, and Winkle. Sorenkin and Folstead will stay out.
Although the Moose Christian Strecker hasn't seen a lot of playing time this year, he's definitely one of the elite goaltenders. I personally believe Tetons have the best group of goaltenders in the league.
Montana, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, as I said, I think they have the best group of goaltenders in the league. Not one of the goaltenders on the Tetons team is lesser than the other.
Hilly gathers the shot, or the block, at the top of the point, or top of the Teton zone. Goes in, fires one just outside the blue line. The Montana goaltender makes the routine save with 14:31 left in the second. Tetons leading 4-1. Hilly steps in for the draw. Stalled at the dot, and new center for the Tetons. So Hilly's kicked out of the dot. That'll bring in Forrest. And they square off for the faceoff. Puck drop kicked over into the near corner. Montana rings it around. Folstead pinches to keep the zone. Holds it, kicks back to Folstead, or Hepburn rather. And now Montana has it, charges into Teton territory. Fed to the slot, hits the stick of Sorenkin, comes near side. Shot on net, misses wide. Sorenkin just labels his man into the corner. Montana gathers it at the point, cycles it back down low into the corner. Sorenkin picks up, chips off the boards. Hepburn gathers it and finds Hilly. Hilly now has a one-on-one, one chasing hard, makes a quick move, loses the puck, takes two guys with him as he gets hit down to the ice. Montana now brings it back into the Teton territory. He'll go into the corner, try to shoot it on net, finds the back of it, and Hepburn now has it. Hepburn and Hilly 2-on-2. Hepburn walks in, tries to make a move, poke checked away into the far corner. Montana now gathers it and rings it around the boards to the near side. Their winger will try to fight off Forrest, does so, makes a move, walks into the neutral zone, feeds it, tries to get that home run pass, goes a little far, and a icing, which Montana is not happy with. So that puck drop will come back into Montana's territory, 13:31 remaining in the second. The shots have went away on the scoreboard, which I'm willing to bet has something to do with this power issue here.
Probably. And just while we're in a little break, folks, we have to give a shout out to Mama and Papa Moose getting the pleasure of watching their son play here tonight back in Beausejour, Manitoba. Great family, and I bet they're proud to watch their son play in this game here.
Montana now with a quick trip, has a 2-on-1 opportunity against Welticall. They make a move, pass a backdoor shot, and finds the back of the net. Montana lessens this deficit, making it 2-4 with the backdoor pass, finding the back of the net. Just a good play by them there.
Yeah, Tetons caught defensively as they received that 2-on-1 after a bad pinch from the defense. John Bulk is not happy with defense, leaving I believe it was Cole Welticall and Christian Strecker there with a 2-on-1.
Apologize for the background noise. We are right in it with the fans here tonight. Very impressive turnout as well. Mezek now responds with it, takes a deep in, shot on net, saved by the goaltender. It finds a way to the near corners, and Arsic now bumped off the puck. Montana gets it out. Kenny Garrett slides it over to Johnson. He pump fakes, chips off the boards to Mezek. Can't hold on to it, plugs it up, tries to find Lincoln. It finds its way back to Montana. Montana chips off the boards, the neutral zone. Garrett pinches, disrupts the pass, takes a hit, but feeds it back. No one there to receive. Mezek retreats, gets it, sails it up, blocked down by Montana. Mezek takes a little bit of a late one there. Shrugs it off. Zanarsik now with it. He looks, feeds it behind. Lincoln has to stall back up. He gets poke checked away as it gets back into the Teton territory. Johnson now behind the net. Johnson makes a move into the neutral zone, loses a couple defenders, walks in, looks, fires, hits his stick, and sails into the netting. And we'll take a whistle with 12:29 remaining in the second. Teton's up 4-2. Bokus looks to the line of Zagurskis, Grushka, and Winkle up front with Sorenkin and Fulstead. They've been an offensive generating machine tonight. Let's see if they can handle it again.
It's a line with a lot of speed and a lot of skill.
Grushka wins the draw back. Fulstead can't quite get a read on it. Loses it in the neutral zone, but Zagurskis there to support. Fires it near side of Sorenkin, back up to Winkle. Winkle through the neutral zone, slides it over to the far side. No one there to receive it. Grushka trails it down, picked up by Zagurskis. He'll feed it behind the net to Winkle. Winkle to the slot, back into the slot there. Shot by Grushka, and a quick save by the Montana goaltender with 12:07 now left in the second.
Dustin, did anyone fill the bottle? Did anyone fill the bottle?
Looks like some frustration on the Montana bench. The player took a stick pretty hard into the boards. Bokus leaves out that unit of Grushka, Zagurskis, and Winkle with Kuhn and Weltikal back to defend. Grushka steps in for the draw, one back by Montana. They'll bring it around the boards and chip it out into the neutral zone where Montana has an opportunity. Weltikal back checks, bumps him off, feeds it back up to the near side, finds a skate, still fought for in that near corner. Weltikal now has it. A little late hit behind the play on Grushka. He shrugs it off, and now he has the puck and walks in. Drops it back, hits his skate. Zagurskis gathers it, tries sending it back in, picked up now by Grushka. Grushka makes a move, he's plugged up, gets it now behind the net to Winkle. Winkle to the slot to Zagurskis, shot, great save by the Montana goaltender. And Montana gets it out in the neutral zone, and an opportunity for them is disrupted off a bad bounce, but picked up now behind the net. Weltikal poke checks him off. Montana tries feeding the slot. Zagurskis lays a nice hit. Kuhn fights for it now behind the net. Montana has it in that far corner. Shrugs off a couple defenders. Grushka lays a nice hit. Now it's picked up by Kuhn. He loses it but regathers. 11:09 left in the period. Grushka on the far half wall. Charges into the neutral zone. Loses a defender. Walks it into the Montana territory on the near side. Gets poke checked off the puck. Montana chips off the boards and gets it back. They try to charge in. Lost edge. Hepburn chips it up to Zagurskis. Now to Johnson. Johnson looks, passes it, loose in the slot, picked up by Zagurskis, far side. He goes behind the net. He's poke checked off the puck, and Montana regathers. They'll chip off the boards. Dalton Johnson regathers it in the neutral zone, sends it up to Chris Hilly, chipped over to Hepburn, and Hepburn walks it in, makes a nice move there, but loses it into the far corner. He chases down the Montana player as they get it up to the far half wall and try to clear it out. Chris Hilly just throws the player down. Off a little bit of a hit there. Dalton Johnson with a nice hit. Still has one. He throws him down to the ice as he was still stuck on him. No delayed calls on that. Now the game's getting a little bit more chippy. Tyler Forrest has it on the near side. He walks into the neutral zone, takes a couple sticks, shrugs it off, carries it into Montana's territory, tries driving net, hits a skate, finds its way back to the tape of Sorenkin, comes near side to Garrett. 10 minutes remaining in the second period. Garrett walks in, drops it for Hepburn. Hepburn on the near half wall, looks on net, makes a move, drives in, disrupted and chipped back out in the neutral zone. No one there to receive it, miscommunication. Fulstead back checking with everything he's got, gets there and disrupts the play. Good efforts by Fulstead to stop that. Backdoor pass, shot, and a save by Strecker. Loose now behind the net, picked up by Hilly. He'll ring it around to the far side. Hepburn can't gather it. Montana shoves it right back in. Sorenkin now behind the net, gathers it, slows it down a little bit. Poke checked away. Hilly will sail it into the neutral zone. Montana gathers it, sends it up, and gets it into the neutral zone where Mezek will disrupt that play and chip it in low. The intensity of this game has definitely picked up in the last few minutes. Montana now passing the neutral zone. Weltikal bumps him off. It finds its way into the far corner. Calf gets it and chips it now to the near side. Sorenkin up to Zinarsik. Zinarsik, quick chip, intercepted, sent back in by Montana. Sorenkin sends it over to the far side. Weltikal off the boards to Kraft, a little too far ahead. Montana makes the move. Weltikal gets up and makes a nice hit. Now he's on the charge. Weltikal fires, misses high, and it trickles over to the near side corner where Zinarsik will gather it. He'll spin off one, spin off another, still has the puck in the near corner. Looks, rings it around, catches a skate in front there. Mezek takes a hit from behind and another one right to his head off the stick. Kuhn gathers it, shot blocked, finds its way now behind the net where Kraft gets it. Kraft holds on, pickpocket away by Montana. They start their charge out. Montana beats the Welticall, 1-0 opportunity, drives in front, shots, and it finds the back of the net. They walk across and Strecker just couldn't quite get his glove there. Good individual effort by the Montana forward, making the move around Welticall and just beat Strecker left to right, making it 3-4 with 8:22 left in the period.
Teton's making terrible decisions defensively, and I think they're underestimating the Montana team, as they're, as I said, making terrible decisions defensively, giving up way too many opportunities, and then trying to take guys one-on-one, then even more. They started getting gritty, getting pucks deep, and getting pucks towards the net.
Got comfortable with the little lead. Coleman now missed pass and finds its way back to Montana. Chipped, intercepted by Johnson. He holds for the offsides. Excuse me. Heartburn, forgot my Tums today. Johnson gets it, rings it in. Montana goaltender steps out to play it. Coleman's there, lays a nice hit. Montana still regathers, goes into the near side, far side, sorry. Johnson fires it right on net. Goaltender loses it, but they regather, sends it into the neutral zone. And now another opportunity for Montana. Diving effort by Johnson, misses wide, and a delayed tripping call on Johnson now, and possibly another delayed call as both officials now have their hands up. Fought for in the near corner, and the play's finally blown dead. Official will call 2 minutes for Dalton Johnson for tripping. Left his feet a little early to get that, swatted at the player. Could have been a little bit embellished, but rather it still goes down for a tripping.
It was definitely a clear chip in my eyes, as Dalton Johnson just seemed to be a little bit flat-footed. He tried to block off the pass and then swing his stick to block away the pass as it went behind him, but unfortunately just got a little bit too far behind him. Face-off is one back by Montana. Lincoln picking it up. Good job by him on the penalty kill.
Puck now finds its way into Montana territory. Teton's on the penalty kill with the tremendous line of Grushka and Lincoln just disrupting everything down low. Don't expect much different. These guys have been an absolute force to reckon with when they penalty kill. Intercepted by Grushka. He'll sail it back in. Montana has not even cleared it past the center ice so far with already 33 seconds. Lincoln labels one in the corner, and Montana starts their charge. Gets it out in the neutral zone, finally finds its way into Teton territory. Montana holds at the point, Mezek applying the pressure. Puck gets chipped now behind the net. Montana cycles it into the far corner, disrupted by Folstead. He'll plug it up against the boards and kick it back down low, trying to get it to Strenkin. Strenkin finally gets it. Official kicks it out. Shot and a goal for Montana off the redirection of the referee's skate. Just an unfortunate event there as Rankin goes to wrap it around and finds the official skate, kicks it out to the slot. Montana has an easy one-time opportunity. We're back to 4-4 for each team.
If I'm Coach John Bolkus, I'm looking at calling a timeout right now, see if I can get my troops back together, regrouped. As we understand this game doesn't go to rankings, but it does make a clear image of what the team is, what their playing level is like going into regionals.
Now to bring out Hepburn, Forrest, and Hilly with Sorenkin and Folstead back to defend. Montana wins the draw. Last few times I've seen this Montana team play, they are definitely playing a lot better than I've ever seen. I will tip my hat off to that. The Tetons are not playing any bit to their potential. It's like little surges here and there, much like the power issue. Forrest now drops it for Hepburn, fed back to Forrest in front, shot saved, trickles over to the near side. Hilly's there to receive it and chip it right back down low to Forrest to send it right back up to Hilly. Hilly fired on net, redirects now into the far corner. Hepburn labels one there, shrugs him off. Montana still has it, tries clearing it, hits the back of Hilly. Hilly gathers, sends it to Hepburn. Hepburn back to Hilly, hits him in the skate. Hilly gets his stick back and chips it down low for Forrest to gather. Forrest at the point, chips it in high, loose in front of the net. Montana gathers. Montana now sends it into the Tetons territory, redirects off Sorenkinen's leg, and he re-picks it back up behind the net, comes near side to Winkle. Winkle with speed, charges into Montana's territory. He's pickpocketed, and Montana charges in, but a quick move by Zagurskis keeps his own. Grushka now has it, fed to the slot to Zagurskis, and almost redirects in, but the Montana goaltender gets his glove out there and scoops it up for a whistle with 5:12 remaining in the second. Grushka, Zagurskis, and Winkle remaining out there with Garrett and Dalton Johnson up at the point to help out. Grushka wins the drawback. Johnson wires one high and wide. Might have used a sand wedge there when he was looking for the driver.
Teton showing a little bit of frustration. You know, there's still a lot of time left in this game, a lot of time for them to control this game. So they got to start looking for momentum going into the third period now, as we are 5:07 left here in the second.
Grushka steps in, kicks the puck down to the far corner. Rings around to the near side, and they'll sail it into the neutral zone. Kenny Garrett swats it down. Zagurskis now goes far side to Winkle, and a hand pass is awarded to the Tetons. Well, that puck drop looks like it'll be outside of the Montana territory. We'll see what they determine. They're having some confusion there. And they're going to bring it back into the Tetons territory. And that brings out Lincoln, Zanarsik, and Mezek up front, with Garrett and Dalton Johnson back to defend. Mezek steps in for the draw to the left of Strecker. Stalled at the dot. Mezek kicks it back. Fought for in the near corner. Mezek now trying to clear it out. Kept back into that corner by Montana. He's plugged up. Nice hit there by Garrett. He'll hold it now behind the net. Still battle for both teams. Not gaining much ground. 4:40 remaining in the period. Still no movement. Almost waiting for the officials to blow it dead. Garrett takes a little bit of a cross check hard to the back. Shrugs it off. Montana keeps the zone and fires it back down low. Garrett chips up now for Zanarsik to quick poke out, but kept in by Montana. Strecker goes and reaches out and grabs it for a whistle with 4:23 remaining in the second. That brings out Oaken, Landsberg, and Kraft, with Kuhn and Welticall back to defend. Puck drop to the left of Strecker. Teton's got to get their offense going here. They haven't been generating much of anything for the last few minutes.
When they came out in the second period, all guns blazing, managed to get that, was that 2-goal lead? And then seems to have lost it here going into the final stretch of the second.
Shot redirected by Welticall. Kicks over, shot was saved by Strecker. Loose back in front, and Welticall grabs it and quick rings it out. Montana keeps his own, but Kuhn now has it on the near side, tries clearing out. Oaken's there to support and gets it up to Landsberg. Landsberg with speed, tries to make a move, carries it over to the far side, loses an edge. Backhand pass intercepted by Montana as he'll retreat behind the net. Or Landsberg's there to plug him into the corner. A nice hit by Oaken, gets it up to Kuhn. Kuhn looks, shot saved by Montana's netminder as he reaches down low and grabs it for a whistle with 3:46 left in the second period. Score 4-4. Hepburn, Forrest, and Hilly up there up front. And Kuhn and Welticall back to defend. Puck drop to the right of Montana goaltender. Looking to get some offense generated here. And let's see if they can do it. Hilly steps in for the draw. One back by Montana. Have it in the near corner. They'll chip up. Kuhn pinches to keep the zone. Does so. Montana gathers and sails it back out. It'll find its way all the way down for an icing. And that puck will come right back to the Montana's territory with 3:34 remaining in the second. No changes for either team. Puck drop, same place. Hilly will step in for the draw. Puck stalled at the dot. Montana gathers it, chips off the boards, kept in by Kuhn. He'll sail it loose in front. Picked up now by Hepburn at the top of the zone. Hits it down low to Forrest, who fires one. Quick save by Montana. Comes over to the near side. And Kuhn's there to shoot it on net. Redirect by Forrest. Doesn't find anything as it goes behind the net and over to Welticall. Shot blocked. Hepburn at the point. Fires it over to the near corner. As Forrest chips it now behind the net. No one there to receive it. Montana makes a quick move and starts walking out into the neutral zone. They'll come near side. Batted down by the winger. Plugged up against the boards, and now Forrest loses it. Montana walks into the slot, disrupted, high fly ball, picked up by Welticall. A couple slashes going back and forth behind the play between Kuhn and one of the players from Montana. Forrest now has it, chips it down low to Welticall. Well, the call gets bumped off the puck. Still fought for behind the net. They'll chip over to the far corner and start walking back out. Pass near side into the neutral zone. They'll sail it in and grab a change with 2:30 remaining in the period. Hepburn now from behind the net loses one. Gets poke checked off the puck. Montana now with the opportunity. Shot misses wide. Maybe caught the skate of Strecker. And now it's fought for in the near corner. Tetons have to get their defense alive and the offense generating. They're just not looking like themselves right now. Pass to the slot, disrupted by Zagurskis. Hepburn cradles it, gets it to Zagurskis, and now he can't quite hold on to it. But Hepburn's there to support, and an opportunity with Sorenkin. Shot saved by Montana, and it trickles into that far corner where Hepburn gets plugged up and holds it for Zagurskis to support. Montana carries it behind the net. Zagurskis plugs it away, loses an edge on the net. And a whistle, because I think the puck went into the goal, but from behind.
Definitely not one that you see very often.
I'd give it to him. So with 1:49 remaining in the second, score still 4-4. The unit of Grushka, Zagurskis, and Winkle up front with Folstead and Sorenkin back to defend. Will take the ice to the right of the Montana goaltender. Puck drop one over to Zagurskis. He shrugs off a defender, gets it to Sorenkin, and shot redirects off a skate. Goes far side to Folstead. Shot again, finds Winkle's skate. He cradles it, drives into the slot. Poke checked away. Montana now has it, tries to clear it out, and does so. Folstead steps up, makes a quick chip to Winkle. And Winkle cradles it through the neutral zone near side to Zagurskis. Zagurskis walks in over to Winkle. Winkle looks, shot, hits a skate. He'll gather it again, send it near side to Sorenkin. Back down low to Grushka. Grushka to Folstead. Folstead looks, fires, loose in front, and the Montana goaltender gathers it and takes a whistle with 1:16 left in the second.
A little bit better decision making from the Tetons in the offensive zone. Still going into the third period, they have to be more alert in the defensive zone, trying to break that puck out. Again, trying to make one too many moves instead of just making that breakout pass and getting down the ice quick.
Hilly Forest linking up front. A little bit of a change there with Garrett and Johnson back to defend. Montana wins the draw. They ring it around to the near side. Kenny Garrett, quick poke check, and it still finds its way out in the neutral zone. Johnson gets it, fires it over to Lincoln, who chips it in behind the net. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Montana has it now, sails it into the neutral zone. They gather it, an opportunity for them, disrupted by Johnson, now pickpocketed away. Johnson behind the net, rings it around to the far side to Forrest. Forrest rings it back around, hits the official again, and Forrest now lays a hit on Montana, regathers it. He'll try to chip off the boards, finds a stick again, and gets kicked back into the corner where Forrest gathers it. Chris Hilly takes a little bit of a slash there behind the play. Tyler Forrest lays one right back behind the net. Delayed call on the Tetons. Montana has it in the corner. Pass to the slot. Looks, fires. Saved by Strecker as he flashes the glove with 24 seconds left. And Tyler Forrest is going to go 2 minutes for interference when the player had the puck on his stick. Again, never attended college to be an official, but I'm quite confident if the player has the puck and you lay a hit on them, and don't quote me on this, it's not actually an interference.
In my eyes, it's a crazy call as well because Tyler Forrest took a punch to the back of the head when the call was made. Crazy call there by the referee, but nevertheless, Tetons go on the penalty kill going into the third period.
These officials look quite young to me. Usually takes some years of officiating to achieve the status of officiating college games, but who am I? Grushka now has it. He'll fire it over to the far side. Johnson gathers it. He'll make a move and have it into Montana territory. Feeds it to Grushka. Grushka shot save, loose in front, and Johnson swats it into the corner, and that'll conclude the second period. Folks, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, there's still 1 minute and 36 left on the Tetons penalty kill for Tyler Forrest. 2 minutes for quote-unquote interference. And we'll cut you back here for the second period of action. Nothing. I think I misheard you.
I didn't hear her. Did she say, how are you? Oh, I thought she didn't say anything, and I thought you just responded to her. Not bad, how are you? That's why I thought it was so funny.
Well, we're live, and had a little conversation with my friend Angus here with a couple of visitors in the media booth. Apologies for that. Officials are waiting as it is an absolute lake out there, which is hard to believe because it's got to be negative 13 in this building.
Yeah, there's a cold one in this building tonight. Maybe that boy just laid a little bit too much water.
I'm just surprised it didn't freeze on contact. Lincoln, Mezek, and Grushka will start up front for the Tetons with Garrett and Johnson back to defend. I stand corrected. Mezek's just probably getting a stretch in because the Tetons are still on a penalty kill. It'll be Grushka and Lincoln up front with Garrett and Johnson back to defend. Shots 29-18 in favor of the Tetons. Score still 4-4. With a minute 36 left and Tyler Forrest's interference, quote-unquote, penalty. Then the officials signal that it is time, even though it's still pretty swampy out there. Strap yourselves in for another exciting period of hockey. We're about to get underway. Grushka steps in for the draw, stalls at the dot. Still fought for. Grushka ends up getting it and tries to regather. It does so. Now has an opportunity, but the puck keeps getting stuck. Now he walks it in, tries to feed it to the slot to Lincoln, and it gets disrupted. Puck is just sticking everywhere. It's still really, really wet. Montana charges in. A quick poke check there by Johnson. A hard slash by Lincoln. The puck now fought for at top of the point. Montana cycles it down low. Back up top, disrupted by Grushka. Picked up by Johnson. Quick picked up to Grushka. 2-on-0 opportunity. Grushka and Lincoln. Grushka walks in over to Lincoln. Shot. Misses the pass. And it goes into the far corner where Montana will gather. Might have something to do with the ice still being wet. I couldn't quite see the puck. There's a player in the way. Nonetheless, it finds its way back into Teton territory. An opportunity for Montana. They drive shot, saved by Strecker. Rebound saved by Strecker, and it's behind the net. Garrett tries to clear the zone, kept in by Montana's defender. He'll chip now behind the net as it finds its way to the near side. Montana tries to keep the zone, does so, gets it back down low. Goes into the far corner. Montana cradles it, tries to get it up. Slow pass picked off by Mezek, now chipped up to Landsberg. Landsberg drives in, one-on-one, tries to make the move. Poke checked off the puck. Comes into the near corner and run around to the far side. Montana pass, a little too far ahead. Goes the length of the ice. That whistle will bring the puck drop back into Montana's territory with 12 seconds remaining in the Teton penalty kill.
Definitely a lot better start for the Tetons in this final third period.
Hilly and Hepburn step on the ice with Forrest to join him in 12 seconds. Sorenkin and Folstad back to defend. Hilly takes the puck off the draw, tries to get a shot off. He's held back and holds it into the corner. Just eating time off this penalty kill. Montana regathers it around the net. Holds it. Carries it top circle. Chris Hilly lays a hit. Loose in the neutral zone. Picked up now by Forrest out of the box. Both teams full strength. And an offsides call on the Tetons. Got excited for that one. Wasn't necessarily a bad call. I just got a little excited. A little emotion. So Hilly, Forrest, and Hepburn stay out with Sorenkin and Folstad. Puck drop just outside the Montana zone. Forrest will step in for the draw. 18-17, Forrest steps in. Puck stalled at the dot, kicked back to Hepburn. Hepburn far side to Sorenkin. He'll send it in. Brings it around to the near side. Half wall by Forrest. Forrest tries to cradle at the half wall. Kept in by Folstad. Hilly carries it out. Retreats and the puck sticks on the ice. Folstad gathers it and sends it right back in. Montana in the far corner. Sends it in front of the net. Misread. Kicks into the near corner. Hilly feeds it to the slot. Winkle looks. Shot. It rings off the goaltender's helmet. trickles up to the point. Sorenkin fires one again, gets blocked by a defender and goes into the far half wall. Montana now gets it out and into the neutral zone. They cut across the blue line. Nice hit there by Sorenkin. Puck trickles into the far corner and back up to Sorenkin on the half wall. He'll send it near side to Grushka. Grushka one to beat, looks and tries to make a move, leaves it to the slot, picked up by Winkle. Quick shot saved by the netminder, and it goes behind the net where Montana regathers it. Now in front of their own goaltender, makes a move, sends it out. Sorenkin stops to block the pass, misses it, but finds its way to Weltacall, who comes near side to Winkle, and a quick chip into the zone, gets to Grushka. Grushka tries feeding slot, gets bumped off into the corner, but regathers the puck. Drives, passes back to Weltacall, shot misses wide and goes into the far corner. Montana sends it back and tries to break out, does so, redirects into the neutral zone, and Montana now gets bumped off the puck by Weltacall and chipped out by Kuhn. Montana will send it now to the far corner. Weltacall trying to fight off a defender, does so. Holds onto it behind the net and slows down. Cuts back up through the middle. One on him hard. He gets poke-checked off the puck. Hits a couple skates. Finds its way into the neutral zone. Now Landsberg has it. He retreats and he loses it, but Kuhn picks it up and walks into the Montana territory. He drives into the far side. Looks to the slot. Wraps around. Holds onto it. Still holding onto it. Leaves it now for Oken, who carries it now through the half wall and into the ice. Shot just a bit high. And Johnson's there to keep the zone and send it back down low. Montana gathers it behind their net. 16-17 remaining in this contest. Johnson poke checks, swatted back and forth into the neutral zone where now Garrett gets it. He takes a hit and gets it down into the Montana's territory. They send it back for a home run pass and no one's there to receive it. No icing as it tipped the stick. And Johnson gathers it in the near corner. He gets it up to the half wall to Kraft. He'll chip it out and find it to Mezek. He loses it, and Montana chips it right back in the neutral zone. Still loose in the neutral zone. Montana gathers it and sends it back in. Strecker leaves it behind the net. Garrett picks it up and goes far side to Johnson, near side to Kraft. He can't quite hold on to it as he loses it in the neutral zone. Montana shoves it back in. Mezek contests it and gets it down into the Montana territory. Goaltender out to play it. He'll clear the zone himself. Garrett gathers it now into Teton's territory. Fire it near side to Johnson, who gets a quick chip and gets it down into the Montana's territory. Mezek lays a nice hit. Now a quick pass from Zanarsik. No one there to receive it. Montana gathers. They lose their pass as Johnson gathers it, shoves it back into neutral zone, batted down by Montana and sent back down into Teton territory where Johnson holds onto it behind the net with 15 minutes remaining in the third period. Johnson still behind the net. Pass far side, no one there to receive it. Gets kicked back to Montana in the neutral zone. They make a pass far side deep, back up into the middle. Montana now carries it into Teton territory. Loses the puck. Volstead poke checks him away. Fought for, passes the slot, disrupted, shot, blocked by Zanarsik. He takes a big hit there right outside the zone. Montana now gathers it and walks into Teton territory once again. Fed back to the near side. Hepburn carries him over in the corner, now behind the net. Hepburn fighting off the defender. Montana gathers it, pass to the slot, no one there to receive it. Chris Hilly now gathers it in the neutral zone. Hilly cuts into Montana's zone, fires it on net, and Montana goaltender holds on to it for a whistle of 14-13. Tetons need to pick up not only the physical play, but the offensive attack, defensive zone, everything. They're not playing like themselves tonight.
No, it just seems that their decision making is really slow. They're not getting to those loose pucks quickly enough. All the little things that affect a hockey game, Tetons aren't doing. They're focusing more on trying to be pretty, and that's not the team that they are. They have guys who have skill and have finesse, but all together they're a gritty team.
Zagurska's shot redirects over to the near half wall. Winkle tries to hold him off. Zagurskis labels him against the boards. Kuhn picks it up in the neutral zone, feeds it up to Zagurska. Grushka drives that shot, saved, rebound over to the far corner. Grushka regathers. He'll make a move, top the circle, drives to the top of the slot. He gets poke checked off the puck, but regathers it, makes a move, loses it. Kuhn gets it and fires it near side, pickpocketed by Montana, and then pickpocketed again by Kuhn. Quick chip out by Weltacall. Gets regathered by Montana. Kuhn has it now on the far side. Takes a hard stick to the leg, shrugs it off, loses another one, drives in upon himself, gets poke checked off the puck. Grushka now gathers it. Gruska drives down into the low corner, looks to the net, feeds it in front, and gets kicked off a skate or two, and comes into the near corner. Gruska feeds it to Welticall, fired on net, redirects off a stick, and hits the netting. And we'll take a whistle at 13:20. A couple of opportunities there.
Teton is doing what we just talked about, is getting pucks in the net. Good job by Gruska. Just taking that shot when he can get it. Try to create a rebound for his line mate Matt Winkle, but unfortunately goaltender was up to the match for it. Managed to control it back to the same side.
Hilly, Hepburn, Forrest, Johnson, Garrett at the point. Puck drop gets kicked into the near corner, rung around where Garrett will keep the zone, send it right back behind the net. Montana now gathers it in the near corner. Chip off the boards of the winger, tries to clear it out. Hilly chips it over to Forrest outside, back to Garrett. And Garrett will send it around the boards as it finds its way back to Montana. They try to go back, intercepted by Hepburn. Hepburn now behind the net, looking, holds onto it, chips off the boards of Garrett. Garrett wires one, shot, saved, kicks over to the far corner, and Hepburn gathers it again. He's plugged up against the boards. Montana starts their forecheck out. Chipped out, intercepted by Garrett. Past the middle, Montana gets it, quick pass to Johnson. Johnson over to Garrett, now into the middle of the Forest. He'll chip out, no one there to receive it. Montana gathers, sends it back into the neutral zone. And Montana starts their drive into Teton territory. Tyler Forrest, devastating hit there on the Montana player. He's slow to get up. His leg looked like he caught the most of that impact. Fought for it now. Montana drives to the slot, loose in front. Montana is trying to get the shot off. Forrest poke checks it away into the far half wall. He'll chip off the boards. Montana swats it back in. Hepburn now gets it. Forrest makes the move in the neutral zone. He's poke checked off the puck, and Montana starts in. Johnson pinches, disrupts that. Now Lincoln has it. A lot of turnovers back and forth. Make it hard for me to keep up. Lincoln now picks up the loose puck into the slot to Hilly. Hilly shot, saved, rebound in front. Loose, still fought for, and now it finds its way by the net. Montana's goaltender dives out of net to gather it. And a whistle with 11:51 remaining in this contest. Montana goaltender doing a good job of keeping up with this gameplay and keeping his team in there. Mezek, Zanarsik, Lincoln up front, Folstad, Sorenkin back to defend.
Apologize, folks, as our power internet isn't the strongest here in Glasgow.
Puck stall at the dot. Montana gathers it into the neutral zone. Intercepted by Kuhn. Sends it to the near side. They'll chip it right back out in the neutral zone. They'll try to go far side. Loose there. Kraft will take it over to the boards. Shrug off a defender and kick it up to Landsberg. Landsberg by himself. Shrugs off one. Loose. Picked up by Welticall. Still driving. Landsberg has it. Makes the move. Loose in front. Montana gathers it again. Starts their charge out. And it has a 2-on-1 opportunity. But the pass a little too far ahead. Makes its way into the corner, giving time for the Tetons to get back on defense. Quick chip off to Kraft. Montana slots it back down. Now in the slot. Shot, and a great diving effort by Welticall to disrupt the shot. 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Welticall now in the near corner. Tries to clear it out. A little too high and catches the netting.
I think that was a smart play by Welticall, just chipping that one up into the netting. Trying to get a whistle just to slow down the play a little bit, as that was a close call there for the Tetons. Although they will not be allowed to change.
Due to the assumption that that was intentional, you are correct. Shot 29-18 in favor of the Tetons. Tired line out there looking to just clear the zone and get a change. Landsberg steps into the right of Strecker. Puck drops out of the dot and picked up by Montana and gets redirected somehow to the far corner where Kraft will get it. Try to shrug off defender. Still plugged up there. Not much movement. Couple of jerseys both sides. Still fighting for it. And they blow it dead with 9:37 remaining in the third.
Shots are 29-18 in favor for the Tetons just coming into the third period. We're not too sure what the shots are for the first just over 10 minutes of the third period, for those of you wondering back home.
If intentional, good play by Kraft to hold on to the puck and just take that whistle. That'll bring out Mezek's line, where he'll win the draw back to Johnson. Rung back up to Zanarsik. Quick chip, kept in by Montana, but then immediately picked back up by Lincoln. Lincoln drives in, looks for an option, cycles off, gets bumped into the corner and plugged up now. They battle it out in that far half wall. Lincoln just working his blank off, gets it to Znarczyk in front, shot, save, rebound in front, picked up by Montana, and a whistle. I'm assuming they're going to get that late hit to Znarczyk's head on Montana. Let's find out. Number 4 from Montana will take a 2 minutes for elbowing. He tries to contest it. The official just rolls his eyes at him as if it was clear as day. Tetons go on the power play for 2 minutes with 9:16 remaining in the game. That brings out Mezek, Winkle, and Zagurskis up front with Johnson and Garrett. Zagurskis over to Winkle, back up to Garrett. Garrett near side to Johnson. Johnson cradles back to Garrett. Garrett looks, feeds it to far side to Winkle. Winkle to far half hole in front, redirected by Mezek, saved and gets chipped over to the far corner. Now picked up by Winkle on the slide. He feeds it down low. It gets swatted out by Montana, but kept in by Zagurskis and fired into the far corner. They'll try to clear it out, disrupted on the half wall. Montana gets that clear, and they beat one. Now it's 1-on-1. Shots misses wide. Minute 30 left in the power play. Montana fires another one, redirects behind the net, and it's picked up by Garrett. Garrett slows it down, starts the breakout, hits it near side to Johnson. Johnson makes a move, drop pass to Garrett. Garrett over near side to Winkle. Winkle now in front to Mezek. Mezek drops it, no one there to receive it. And Montana fires it down the length of the ice with 8:26 remaining in the game. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the Teton power play. Johnson leaves it for Grushka behind the net. Grushka goes far side to Zagurskis. Zagurskis makes a move, carries it in, looks, stalls it up at there, fields it to Grushka. Grushka drives in, shot, saved, and he'll hold on to it for another whistle with 8:06 remaining in the contest and 51 seconds remaining in the Teton power play.
Give credit to the Montana goaltender making a good save on Grushka there, keeping this game tied.
Definitely keeping. Oh, don't mind.
No, sorry, he gets a couple of taps on the leg pads. It was a job well done from his teammates.
Montana wins the draw, has it in the corner. Hilly labels him, gets it over to Lincoln. Lincoln feeds it up to Sorenkin up at the point. Sorenkin fires it back down low to Lincoln. Lincoln trying to shrug off a defender, gets plugged up on the boards. Hilly skates in. It gets chipped out, kept in by Sorenkin, passed over to Grushka. Hilly takes a little bit of a high slash to the chest, shrugs it off. Lincoln now behind the net. He'll fire it to Grushka far side. Grushka up to the point to Forrest. Forrest looks, wires one shot, goal! Tyler Forrest finds the back of the twine with the one-timer opportunity at the point. Low glove, and now the Tetons take a 5-4 lead with 7:40 left in the game.
Teton showing how special their special teams are. They've had a great job on the penalty kill tonight. Great goal by Tyler Forrest fighting that low glove side.
My voice cracked pretty hard announcing that goal.
You would think at 26 your voice was past cracking state.
I was trying to clear my throat, and just when that happened, Tyler Forrest just decided to find the back of the twine. Mezek forces it forward. Montana sends it right into the scorebox. And a lucky souvenir for one of the kids that are attending as she waddles over and collects her reward and hands it off to a young boy who now brings it back to the scorebox.
Well, nice to see that people of Glasgow are the nice generous kind where the girl gave the puck to the little kid and the kid just brought it straight back to the scores box.
Montana in the neutral zone. Picked up now by Znarczyk. No carried in, fired in low. It's picked up now by Montana in the near corner. Swatted back down by Znarczyk. He'll carry it over to the far side, half wall, chip it down low, take a couple slashes. Now behind the net, and gets it over to Lincoln. Lincoln on the near half wall, holds onto it in the corner. He'll fire it over to Mezek, and a hard slash in front on Znarczyk. Shot saved by the goaltender. Znarczyk took a hard one to the leg, and I'm just astonished that wasn't called. That was clear as day. You could probably hear that noise over the broadcast.
It was a loud one, but he seems to be all right heading back to the bench. Teton's being a little bit more themselves. Just after that goal, making a bit more opportunities towards directly to the net.
Grushka, Zagurskis, Winkle, Folstead, Sorenkin out there. Back to Folstead, shot on net, and it is loose in front, and the diving wraparound attempt as Grushka takes a hard slash, or rather a trip. No call as he's looking for one. Montana now charges in, almost a breakaway opportunity. He doesn't get it as Winkle back checks and lays a hard hit on him. And he loses his edge. Now Grushka lays a hard hit, and he loses his feet. Now Zagurskis plugs him up against the boards, fought for on that far half wall. Montana in the slot, shot, hits the post, picked up now by Sorenkin. He'll chip over to Zagurskis, and Sorenkin labels and a Montana player as he tries to hit him. Montana steps in, Folstead labels him into the corner, and now it's fought for in the near corner with 6:23 remaining in the third. Montana holds his own shot, misses net wide, and goes into the far corner. Zagurskis tries to chip out, does so. Montana grabs a quick change. Too many men on the ice, and they miss that one. Montana picks it up now, starts charging in. Shot misses wide. 6:06 now left in the contest. Welticall goes around to Kuhn. Kuhn far side to Hilly, hits the stick and trickles into neutral zone. Montana tries to shove it back in. Hits the skate of Chris Hilly, and he fights it further up where Kuhn pokes it now to Forrest. Forrest makes the move. He gets poke checked off the puck, takes a hit in the corner. Now he takes a hard elbow there. And another hard hit on Hepburn. Hilly lays a hit. Welticall shoves it right back down low. Forrest labels him in the corner. There's hits left and right. This hockey game's gotten insanely physical and much more entertaining to watch. Gets up to the point to Welticall. He looks, feeds it near side to Forrest. Forrest looks, fires, shot saved by Montana. And Hepburn goes, takes a couple hits from behind, and he hits one guy down. As I think there was just enough of the slashing left and right. Montana player has his helmet off, grabbing his chin. Hepburn's going to go to the box with all the sticks and slashing.
I got to feel for Hepburn a little bit. He was hit from behind. I think the force that sent him forward, just sending his arms and everything else forward, and the Montana player was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it looks like he's bleeding, actually, as he definitely took a high one on that play.
He's got him. You'd assume there'd be one more being awarded to Montana as well, but we'll see what the officials come up with. As it stands, the Tetons will face a penalty kill for 2 minutes. Montana player just seemed to get a little bit of a bloody nose. He does look all right. He's holding a towel currently to it. So Teton's Jake Hepburn has a 5-minute major awarded to him and a 2-minute. And the 2 minutes now taken away. He'll just serve 5-minute major. We did not see what the call was, or no hand signals to let us know. But the Tetons will face a penalty kill for the most of the game with 5:28 left in the period. Teton bench not happy with the calls, as there should have been at least one awarded to Montana as well. Coach Cern exchanging some words with the officials.
I do believe that Jake Hepburn will receive the 5-minute because blood was drawn. I do believe that if blood wasn't drawn, that it would just been a 2-minute he would have sat.
With the penalty kill unit, Coach Bokas turns to the tremendous line of Grushka, Lincoln with Johnson. I can't see our other defender out there.
I believe it's Kenny Garrett out there.
Kenny Garrett. They'll ring it around. Lincoln lays a hit at the point, has it, tries to feed to Grushka a little bit behind. Montana regathers in the neutral zone, tries to charge in. They'll just chip it off the boards and get it now to the far corner. Hits the official skate once again, shocker. And now it's loose up front. Grushka takes the points puck, walks into the Montana's territory, feeds Lincoln in the backdoor shot, misses high, and he catches the netting with 5:01 remaining in the period, 4:33 remaining in the Teton penalty kill.
It's crazy to realize just how much offense Grushka and Lincoln create when they're on the penalty kill. You know, they use their great speed. Grushka with the skill. Again, Lincoln has exceptional speed getting down that wing.
I was so surprised at Grushka's little swat out of the air right outside the zone. I couldn't even keep up with the play. Puck drop, shot on net by Landsberg. Montana goaltender makes the routine save. 5 minutes now remaining in the game. 4:32 left in the penalty kill. Landsberg kicks it forward. Loose now, right behind, top of the circle, picked up by Mezek. Mezek retreats back into the neutral zone, goes far side to Garrett. Garrett holds, fires it near side, back in the zone to Johnson. He'll fire at the length of the ice. It trickles down into the Montana zone. And they'll make a move, and Mezek almost steals it and has an opportunity. But now a 2-on-2. Montana holds it at the far half wall, makes a move in the corner, drives net, looks, shot, saved by Strecker, kicks over to the near side. Mezek flicks it up into the air, and now it finds its way in the neutral zone. And Landsberg trying to battle for it at center ice. Disrupted by Johnson. And Montana fires it back out, which it's now intercepted and swatted down by Mezek and picked up by Garrett. Sorry, I thought there was too many men on the ice call that wasn't made, but He stayed on the ice. Kind of tripped me up a little bit. Winkle now drops it back to Sarenkin. He'll go fire at the length of the ice with 4 minutes remaining in the game and 3:32 left in the penalty kill. Montana goaltender hits his winger in the neutral zone. Forrest lays a nice hit and picks it up now. He goes a little bit. Oh, he shrugs off a defender and no offsides. He'll fire it back to Weltikal. Weltikal with it, and far side to Forrest. He'll shrug off a defender, pick it back up in their own zone, fire it the length of the ice to the near side, and Winkle gives it some chase. Montana goaltender steps out to play it, banks off the boards and finds a winger. He'll try to clear it out. Forrest plugs him into the boards, and Weltikal fires it back down. 3 minutes remaining in the penalty kill. Montana now in their own zone, chip off the boards in the neutral zone. They'll come near side, finds a winger. He'll go back to the far side, cross over, try to make a move. Weltikal stands him up. Another player there to receive it. Attempted shot. No one's there to receive, and it goes into the near corner. Fought for. No one there to get it. Montana carries it back. Quick shot on net from the point, and it finds its way to that far corner. Back up to the point. Quick move there. Keeps the zone and gets it back down to the low corner. Quick shot. Redirects over to the near side. 2:26 left in the penalty kill. Johnson trying to shrug off defender. It's loose now by the dot. Quick shot, misses wide, and they'll trickle up to the point on the far side. He'll hold on to it. Look down low, feeds it now behind the net, fires it to the slot, redirected. Weltikal steps up, poke checks, disrupts the shot. Grushka tries to clear it out, does so, loose in the neutral zone. Lincoln steps up and chips it in even further. Makes a little bit shot to the head, and I believe they got him for it. Montana will be awarded 2 minutes for a slashing, and with 2:01 left in Hepburn's penalty, we'll have 4-on-4 action and 2:29 remaining in the game. I did see the shot to the head. I thought it was more contact than anything, but I guess it was contact to the stick.
As you can see, folks, the determination when Tetons run on the penalty kill is just superb. You know, they outwork most teams on the penalty kill.
With that, a huge break for the Tetons. They'll fight for it at the far half wall. Zagurska shoves it right back down behind the net. Montana cradles it in the near side. They'll fire it back behind the net. Zagurskis labels him into the boards. Loose over there, and the goaltender kicks it out to the far half wall. Disrupted by Winkle, but Montana regathers. They'll try to charge in. Disrupted by Johnson. Garrett tries to get it. Now intercepted. Montana makes the shot. Good back-checking effort by Garrett to disrupt the shot. And Montana goes, fires it back door. No one there to receive it. Montana pinches, gets it back down low. Johnson holds on to it. He'll float it up into the neutral zone. Montana gloves it and brings it right back in. No offsides. They'll fire it now, and it finds its way to the far corner. Montana goes, feeds the slot, loose in front, picked up now by Winkle. 1 minute and 14 seconds left on both penalties. 1:40 left in the game. Tetons fire it now and take an icing call with 1:08 left in the Montana penalty, 1:09 left in the Hepburn penalty, and 1:36 remaining in the contest. Zagurskis tried to make a little change behind the play there. A tired Zagurskis, Winkle up front, Johnson and Garrett back to defend. They need to get a quick change here. Look for a big face-off by Winkle. Puck drop, kick back into the corner. Garrett takes a check from behind, led with the stick. No calls are being assessed. Shot on net, redirected, saved by Strecker. Kicks now behind, picked up now in the far corner. Montana has it at the half wall. Holds on to it, feeds it up top. Back down low, missed pass, goes behind the net. Montana goaltender looking to be pulled. Wraparound attempt disrupted by Johnson. Zagurskis now has it. He chips it out in the neutral zone and clears it. Tetons get a well-deserved change. Montana comes right back, trying to beat him on that change. Holds on to it. Forrest lays a hit, still has it, and a quick poked out by Forrest. 1 minute remaining in the contest, 30 seconds remaining in the penalties. Montana has it in the far corner. Hilly now shrugs off one and kicks it over to Garrett. Garrett now comes near side to Forrest, chips it a little further neutral zone. Now into the Montana territory, and Montana has pulled their goaltender, and they have it now behind the net. 43 seconds remaining in the game. Pass disrupted by Hilly. Montana gathers it now at the neutral zone. Crosses over, poke checked away, regathered by Montana, and they'll have it at the top of the point. They'll fire in the near side corner. Montana's penalty expires, as does the Tetons. 25 seconds remain. Sharenkin fires it far side. Montana keeps the zone, plugs it in, and they gather it now in the far half wall. Hey, drive net, pass back door, disrupted by Welticall, comes in the near side. 14 seconds left. The Tetons fire at the length of the ice. It misses. Chris Hilly's there to gather it. Looks on net, makes a move. He's poke checked away. Hepburn's there to grab it now, and he gets burned. 4 seconds remaining. Montana starts driving in. 3 fires on net. Save by Strecker with 0.3 seconds left. It's all but over, as the Tetons should be victorious 5-4. And I think with all the emotions and everything, it probably is best to just burn the 0.3 seconds off the clock. But Montana will set up against Grushka.
I would have thought Montana would have drawn a player back. Looked for that one-timer off the face-off draw.
Grushka blocks the shot, takes a hard little slash. One of the Montana players trying to push around and get into it a little bit. A little frustration as the Tetons walk away victorious here in Glasgow. Final score 5-4, Williston State. Shots 29-18.
Yeah, probably not the best games that the Tetons have played this season, but nevertheless, they got the job done. They see it through with a great power play goal from Tyler Forrest. And Tetons goal to congratulate Christian Strecker on his win.
Come on, handshake.
The Tetons seems to be congratulating the goaltender very well on his performance. He did have a really strong game here tonight. To be fair to Montana, they did match the Tetons most of the way. They had spells of really good speed, some great opportunities, which they converted on, and what Christian Strecker made some great saves on too.
That was one of the better games I've ever seen Montana play. That goaltender kept him in it from the start.
It was great character as well. You know, looking back to that 5-minute penalty kill they had to face, the OK was broken up by Montana. Just over 2 minutes left. You know, they showed great character, great resilience just to get the job done and see it through. As always, folks, it has been a pleasure. I've been explaining. Along beside me is Jared Krupp.
Both teams will line up around the circle to give these fans a little bit of camaraderie. Just an awesome display of sportsmanship right there. Fans, thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.